Hello and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. Today I will be talking about MAC addresses. Why would you want to change it? And I'll also show you a step-by-step guide on how to do it yourself. Stick around. First, let's start with the basics. A MAC address or Media Access Control Address is a unique identifier assigned to your device's network interface card. Think of it as a fingerprint for your device. It's unique and can be used to identify your device on a network. But here's the catch. Because it's unique, it can also be used to track you. That's where changing your MAC address can be a game changer. Got it? Changing your MAC address, game changer. So why would you change your MAC address? Well, first, it disrupts tracking. By changing your MAC address, you can prevent your device from being tracked on public networks. Some networks log your MAC address to monitor your activity or even target you with ads. Changing it disrupts this tracking. Second, evade network restrictions. Some networks restrict access based on your MAC address. If you're blocked for some reason, maybe you've exceeded the usage limit, or someone else had spoofed your MAC address. Changing it can help you regain access. For instance, let's say you use your friend's Wi-Fi network. You've been downloading a bunch of stuff, which most likely will cause poor performance on your friend's end. One thing he could do is to blacklist your MAC address, and unless you alter it, even with the correct Wi-Fi password, you won't be able to reconnect. Third, identity protection against spoofing. Hackers can use your MAC address to steal your identity on a network. By regularly changing it, you reduce the risk of being targeted. Fourth, network testing. You may be a network administrator or simply an IT enthusiast. You can change your MAC address to test security mechanisms. Many networks implement security features such as MAC address filtering, for which you can check if it works as intended and that it blocks unauthorized devices. You can also assess whether the network is capable of detecting and responding to MAC spoofing attempts. For example, you're working for a company that uses MAC filtering to secure their guest network. By changing your MAC address, you can test if the filtering blocks devices that are not whitelisted or permitted. Now we will head over to the practice, where I'll be using a Kali Linux machine. First, we will list our network interfaces with the network command ifconfig. Our interface is ETH0 and our MAC address is the value under ether parameter. In order to change it, we must disable the interface first by typing ifconfig, our interface's name ETH0, and the keyword down. Now we will be able to change it with the command ifconfig, our interface's name again, and HW, which stands for hardware, which specifies that we're modifying the hardware address and our ether parameter to which we will assign the new MAC address. We now add the MAC value we want, for example, and enter. Now we will follow the same command we used earlier for disabling the interface, but instead of down, you guessed it, it's up to re-enable it. Now if we run ifconfig once again, we can see that our value has been successfully entered. Lastly, and it's very important to know that this change is not a forever thing. Once you reboot your machine, your MAC address will be reset to its original value because we're only changing it in memory. That is RAM, which is volatile. And remember, a MAC address is a unique identifier written in your hardware. There is nothing you can type to change that.